to do a quick science experiment today that has to do with impulse and momentum. Now, I know you guys probably have no idea what impulse and momentum mean. However, you guys use it all the time. Does anyone play baseball or softball? All right. Has anyone ever seen baseball or softball? All right, perfect. So we all know what we're doing here. I want you to imagine that someone is going to throw a ball at you at like 100 miles an hour. This ball, 100 miles an hour. I won't do it because I can't throw it that hard. Which would you rather catch it with? This glove, the catcher's mitt, or a regular glove?
The catcher.
The catcher's mitt. Everyone agree?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know why?
Because it's thicker?
It's thicker. All right, because this will hurt if it hits you at 100 miles an hour because there's no padding there, right? All right, so we don't want that.
This one.
This glove's thicker, and that means that it's going to slow the ball down when it hits it. So it takes more time for the ball to stop. That's the impulse and momentum theorem. Now, do you guys want to actually do something with the impulse and momentum theorem? Mm-hmm. Now, one at a time. So make a line for me.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
You're going to throw the egg as hard as you can when I say into the seat. Do you think it's going to break, or do you think it's going to not break?
Yeah.
Grab it.
Mine's not going to break.
Did it break? No. All right. Naya? Yep. Hard as you can. Oh. Did it break?
It did break.
All right, Adam, did it break?
No.
No, it didn't. Now, I want you to take the egg, throw it into the ground.
I'll wait till you say.
Do you think it's going to break or not?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh.
Mine's
Oh! All right, they all broke.
Nice.
Good job. Now, since I told you it was actually a science experiment, I'm going to show you the science part of it, okay? Now, this equation is going to be the same for both the sheet and the ground. This part of the equation is the change in momentum, okay? Does anyone have any idea what the M and the V might stand for? The M stands for the mass of the egg. Now the egg had the same weight each time because it was the same egg, right? For both the sheet and the ground. And when you threw it as hard as you could both times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it had the same speed. Speed is kind of like velocity. So that's what the V is. And this little guy, the delta, that just means change in because it's easier to use symbols than to write out a whole bunch of words in science, okay? Now, impulse is the force times the time that it takes something to stop. And both of these have to be equal, so did it take longer for the egg to stop when you threw it into the sheet or into the ground? Think about with baseball and using the catcher's mitt. Does it take longer to use a regular glove or the catcher's mitt? Zion?
Ground.
Are you sure it took longer for the egg to stop moving?
Oh. The sheet.
The sheet. Very good. So we're going to put a great big T for the sheet and a little tiny T for the ground. Okay. Now I said that these both have to be equal and the only thing left is force. So what do you think goes here? A big F or a little f for the force? Fake. Little f. Perfect. And on the ground?
Big F.
Big F. That means that felt like there was a much bigger force, like it would hurt your hand if you used the regular glove to catch a 100-mile-an-hour fastball compared to the catcher's mitt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing here. It's going to break the egg, kind of like hurting your hand. It's going to be a bigger force. It's going to feel like it's a lot harder if you throw the egg at the ground instead of into the sheet. And it's going to break the egg here, and it won't break the egg up there. Did you guys learn something today?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.